Welcome back for another deep dive. We've got a really interesting topic today. You guys have been sending in some really fascinating stuff on AI and marketing, and so we're going to kind of zoom in on how AI is changing the game when it comes to targeted marketing.
Yeah.
And, we even found this piece from Kolashi.
Oh, cool.
It's a Russian language blog all about making money online. And they're taking a look at AI and targeted marketing.
It's an exciting area. I mean, AI is basically taking all those like old school methods of like understanding your customer.
Right.
And it's like putting it on hyperdrive.
Exactly. So much of marketing used to just rely on basic demographics,
Right.
Yeah. But AI is giving us a way to really understand like individual customer behavior.
Absolutely.
And preferences in a whole new way.
Yeah, it's so much more nuanced. Like instead of just knowing someone's age, location, or income bracket,
Right.
AI can actually like dive into their actual online behavior.
Right.
What are they clicking on?
Okay.
What are they searching for?
Right.
What content are they engaging with?
Mm-hmm.
All that data gets analyzed to create a much more detailed picture of each individual.
It's like having a magnifying glass versus a high-powered microscope.
It is.
Suddenly you see details you never even knew existed.
Yeah.
So how does AI actually go about like collecting and analyzing all that data?
Well, there are a few key techniques.
Okay.
One is clustering, which is basically how AI groups customers with similar traits.
Okay.
But it's not as simple as like lumping everyone who lives in the same zip code together.
Right.
We're talking about algorithms, identifying patterns in massive data sets. So for example, you've got something called k-means clustering
Okay.
that can analyze thousands of data points, like purchase history, website browsing patterns, even social media activity.
Okay.
And then it groups individuals who exhibit similar behaviors.
That makes sense. So you're essentially grouping people based on their actions rather than just their demographics.
Their behavior.
Okay. What other methods are there?
Another one is predictive analysis, where AI crunches all that past data to make predictions about future behavior.
Okay.
So for instance, let's say you've been browsing online for like hiking boots and camping gear, right?
Yeah.
An AI-powered system might start suggesting backpacks or trail mix based on what other customers with similar browsing habits have purchased.
So it's predicting what I might want to buy next.
Yeah, pretty much.
Based on what other people like me are buying.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing and maybe a little bit unsettling.
It definitely raises some questions about, how much we're willing to let AI anticipate our needs and desires, right?
Right.
But from a marketing perspective, it's super effective.
Right.
Then there's user path analysis, where AI tracks how people navigate websites and apps.
Okay.
It can pinpoint what captures attention, what causes hesitation, and what ultimately leads to conversions.
So you're saying AI can analyze the entire customer journey
Yeah.
from the moment they land on a website to the point of purchase.
Pretty much.
Wow, that seems like incredibly valuable data for businesses.
It is. And that's how they optimize websites and marketing campaigns to make sure they have the maximum impact.
That makes sense.
The Kolashi blog mentions tools like Google Analytics and IBM Watson.
Okay.
And those are definitely like big players in this space.
So AI is collecting this massive amount of data. It's analyzing it, using all these complex techniques.
Right.
But like, what are the practical implications for businesses?
Right.
How does this actually translate into like better marketing?
So that's where we get into the really exciting stuff. Think about like running an ad campaign, right?
Yep.
And AI is constantly tweaking things like bidding, targeting, even the creative elements of the ad, all based on real-time data.
So it's like having a super smart marketing assistant
Yeah.
who never sleeps, and it's just constantly adjusting the campaign to get the best results.
Exactly.
Wow.
AI can personalize ads in ways that we just couldn't even imagine before.
Right.
And
what about personalized recommendations? Oh, yeah.
like those customers who bought this also bought sections on e-commerce sites. That's AI, right?
That's AI using what we talked about before, collaborative filtering,
Okay.
to figure out what products people might be interested in based on their past behavior and the behavior of others like them.
So it's like having a virtual personal shopper.
Yeah, kind of.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So not only are ads getting more targeted, but the entire online shopping experience is becoming more tailored to the individual.
It is.
That seems like it could be a huge win for both businesses and consumers.
It is, potentially. But it also raises some questions about like the future of marketing and how we navigate this new world of personalized experiences.
That's a good point. We've talked about how AI is revolutionizing the way businesses find and target their customers.
Right.
But how are different industries actually putting these tools to work?
Well, one obvious example is e-commerce.
Okay.
Amazon and eBay are already like masters.
Of using AI to predict customer preferences and personalize offers.
It feels like they're always one step ahead, suggesting things I didn't even know I needed.
Right, that's the power of AI-driven personalization.
Right.
But it's not just retail, banking.
Yeah.
They're using it to enhance customer service
Yeah.
and offer solutions based on like individual needs and risk profiles.
So it's not just about selling more products,
Right.
it's about building stronger customer relationships.
Exactly. And then there's healthcare. They're using AI to analyze medical data
Okay.
for more accurate disease prediction
Wow.
and treatment plans.
It sounds like that has the potential to revolutionize healthcare as we know it.
It certainly does.
Wow.
And these are just a few examples.
Right.
The applications of AI are really only limited by our imagination.
This is really fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm eager to dive even deeper into like the future possibilities of AI and marketing.
Yeah.
But before we do that,
Sure.
I'm curious to know a bit more about how businesses can actually implement these tools.
Right. It all sounds very high-tech and futuristic.
It can seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Yeah, the first step is to really like define clear objectives.
Sure.
What are you hoping to achieve with AI?
Right.
Do you want to increase sales, improve customer engagement, or streamline your marketing operations?
Okay.
Once you kind of have a clear vision,
Right.
you can start researching and choosing the right tools and platforms.
I imagine there's like a whole universe of AI tools out there.
There is.
Any advice on how to navigate that landscape?
Well, you've got open source machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch, which offer a lot of flexibility,
Right.
but require a certain level of technical expertise.
Okay.
And then you have these cloud-based platforms like Google AI Platform or Amazon SageMaker,
Okay.
which are more user-friendly,
Okay.
and they offer pre-built models and tools.
So it really depends on like your budget,
Yeah.
your in-house technical capabilities,
Right.
and the complexity of what you're trying to achieve.
Exactly.
Okay. And it's important to remember that you don't need to go all in on AI from day one.
Right.
You can start small, maybe with a pilot project using a cloud-based platform, and then scale up as you gain experience and see results.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's about taking a strategic approach
Right.
and finding what works best for your business.
Exactly.
And of course, you need the right data to feed these AI systems.
That is crucial, yeah.
Right.
The quality of your data is really important.
Okay.
If you're training an AI model on bad data, you're going to get unreliable results.
Right.
You need to make sure your data is clean, organized, and relevant to the goals that you've set.
So garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once you have the right data, you need to make sure that it's formatted in a way that the AI can understand.
Okay.
So that might involve like some data cleaning
Right.
and pre-processing.
It sounds like implementing AI in marketing requires a combination of technical expertise,
Yeah.
strategic thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and a deep understanding of your data.
It does.
Okay.
But the potential rewards are significant.
Okay.
Imagine being able to predict which customers are most likely to churn,
Right.
or like
Yeah.
identify which products are going to be top sellers next season.
Okay.
AI can provide those kinds of insights.
That's powerful.
It is.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and talk about the future.
Okay.
Where do you see AI taking targeted marketing in the next few years?
The possibilities are really exciting. As AI gets more sophisticated, we can expect to see even more personalized
Okay.
and immersive marketing experiences.
Like what?
Think about interactive ads that adapt in real time based on your reactions,
Wow.
or virtual shopping assistants that provide super personalized recommendations.
It sounds like the line between like the physical and digital world is just going to continue to blur.
It is, and that's where things get really interesting.
Right.
We might see a world where marketing is so seamlessly integrated into our lives that it feels less like advertising and more like a helpful service.
But couldn't that also feel a bit intrusive? You know, if AI is anticipating our every need and desire,
Yeah.
is there a risk of it feeling too Big Brother-ish?
That's a valid concern.
Okay.
As AI gets better at predicting our behavior, we really need to be mindful of the potential for manipulation.
Okay.
It's crucial for businesses to use these tools responsible and transparently.
Transparency seems key.
It is.
Consumers need to understand how their data is being used
Right.
and have a sense of control over their online experiences.
Absolutely. Trust is paramount.
Right.
If people feel like their privacy is being violated
Yeah.
or that they're being manipulated, they'll just reject it.
Right, they'll turn away.
Right.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about using it in a way that benefits both businesses and consumers.
It is.
Okay.
It's about finding that sweet spot where AI enhances our lives without encroaching on our freedoms.
We've talked a lot about the potential of AI to create these highly personalized marketing experiences.
Right.
But what about the flip side?
Mm.
Are there any potential downsides to all this personalization?
There are a few things to consider.
Okay.
One is the risk of creating echo chambers.
Okay.
If AI is constantly feeding us content and recommendations that align with our existing preferences, we might miss out on new ideas and perspectives.
That's an interesting point. It's almost like AI could inadvertently limit our exposure to different viewpoints.
Exactly.
And that could have implications for like everything.
Yeah,
From our purchasing decisions to our political views.
it could.
So it's important to be aware of that potential pitfall
It is.
and make sure we're actively seeking out diverse perspectives,
We have to.
even as AI curates our online experiences.
Yes.
Another potential downside is the risk of over-reliance on AI.
Right.
We can't forget that AI is a tool.
It is.
And like any tool, it needs to be used thoughtfully and strategically.
It does.
So you're saying we shouldn't just blindly trust the algorithms?
Right. Human judgment and intuition are still so important in marketing. We need to use AI to augment our capabilities, not replace them entirely.
So it's about finding that balance
It is.
between human expertise and AI-powered insights.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, that balance is only going to become more important.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from the technical nuts and bolts of AI
Yeah.
to the ethical considerations
Yeah.
and future possibilities.
Right.
Is there any final thought you'd like to leave our listener with?
I would say we are at a really pivotal moment in the evolution of marketing.
Okay.
AI is really transforming the way we connect with consumers, and it's only going to become more prevalent in the years to come.
It's definitely a fascinating and rapidly changing landscape.
It is.
Okay.
And as with any powerful technology, it's up to us to use it wisely and ethically.
Okay.
That means being mindful of the potential risks, but also embracing the incredible opportunities that AI offers.
Well said. It's been a fascinating deep dive into the world of AI and targeted marketing. Thanks for sharing your insights with us. Yeah, it really feels like we're on the cusp of a whole new era of marketing.
Yeah.
But as we embrace all these advancements, are we also at risk of losing that human touch?
That's a really interesting question. AI is undoubtedly changing the marketing landscape,
Right.
but I don't think it necessarily has to come at the expense of human connection.
So how do we ensure that AI enhances our marketing efforts without making it feel impersonal or robotic?
Well, I think the key is to remember that AI is a tool that can automate tasks,
Right.
analyze data, and provide insights.
Uh-huh.
But it's up to us, the humans,
Right.
to actually use those tools in a creative and empathetic way.
So it's not about replacing human marketers with AI,
Right.
but rather about using AI to empower them.
Exactly. AI can free up marketers from all those tedious tasks
Right.
like data entry and analysis, right?
Right.
And that gives them more time to focus on strategy, creativity, and building relationships with customers.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about finding that synergy between human ingenuity
Yeah.
and AI-powered efficiency.
Right. And as AI continues to evolve,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see even more opportunities for this kind of collaboration.
The Kolashia blog post we mentioned earlier
Yeah.
talks about a projected increase in conversion rates with AI-driven targeting.
Right.
Do you think those numbers are realistic?
I think it's certainly possible.
Okay.
AI has the potential to make marketing much more precise and effective.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important to remember that AI is not a magic bullet.
So businesses shouldn't expect to just flip a switch and suddenly see their conversion rates skyrocket?
No. It takes time, effort, and a strategic approach to implement AI effectively.
Right.
You need to define clear goals,
Uh-huh.
choose the right tools, and be prepared to experiment and iterate.
Okay, and perhaps most importantly, you need to be mindful of the human element.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, people buy from people.
Mm-hmm.
Even in this age of AI-driven personalization,
Right.
we can't forget the importance of human connection.
Well, you've given us a lot to think about today.
Yeah.
As we wrap up this deep dive, is there any final piece of advice you would give to businesses that are just starting to explore the world of AI and marketing?
I would say be bold, be curious, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
AI is a powerful tool, and it really has the potential to revolutionize the way you connect with your customers.
Okay.
But it's also important to be thoughtful and responsible.
Right.
Use AI to enhance your marketing efforts, not to replace the human touch.
That's great advice, and I think it applies to all of us, not just businesses.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it's important to be informed to ask questions and to make sure that we're using this technology in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, this has been another fascinating deep dive into the world of AI and targeted marketing.
It has.
Thank you for joining us and for sharing your expertise.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you've enjoyed this exploration, and we encourage you to continue learning and exploring this rapidly evolving field.